Today is the second National Signing Day. Of course, the first Wednesday in February used to be the only day where high school football players could sign college scholarships, but now they backed it up to have an initial period in late December. We'll see if that continues, but nonetheless, there are still some things going on today around the Middle Georgia area and around the country with players committing and signing college scholarships. It makes me want to remind everyone that a few years ago, there was a two-star, maybe unranked player out of Pierce County who went on to lead the Georgia Bulldogs to two straight national championships and will probably one day have a statue in his honor in Athens, Clark County, and that is, of course, Stetson Bennett. It kind of makes you remember that the stars and the projections that all the analysts have out there can be wrong from time to time, and that you don't need to take them as gospel. They are projections based on what these players have done in high school, of course, but it doesn't mean they can't improve and get better and lead a team to a national championship, even if he's a walk-on. And that's what, of course, Stetson Bennett did. Even look on the Georgia defense, Javon Bullard from our area in Milledgeville at Baldwin for Jesse Hicks. Javon was a three-star prospect out of high school, and arguably he was one of the top players for Georgia, particularly in the postseason down the stretch for the Bulldogs. He was outstanding and continues to be a vital member of that defense. That being said, however, even with the disclaimers of how three stars and two stars can develop into star players, we do have to admit that what Georgia has done with its recruiting has, of course, taken this program to another level. You may remember when Mark Richt was the head coach, there would be a good top 5, top 4, maybe even top 3 rated class, and then the next year he would fall to 12th. Well, that just doesn't cut it. You have to stay at a level of excellence when it comes to recruiting, or you're not going to be one of the elite programs in the country. That's what Alabama, of course, has done for 15 years with Nick Saban. Ohio State's done it for a long period of time, and Clemson as well. And now Georgia is right up there each and every year. Think about what happened even on Wednesday for Georgia. Now, they did not sign another player for the 2023 class. The one player they are waiting on is Deuce Robinson out of Arizona. He's a tight end that may play baseball, so we'll see if they actually sign him or not. But the Bulldogs got a verbal commitment from Ellis Robinson, who is the top-rated cornerback in the class for next year. He is a highly rated prospect, 7th overall by One Service, and the number one cornerback both by On3 and by 247 Sports. And this looks like a star player. I mean, kind of like what Malachi Starks has been at safety for the Dogs, that Robinson can be. And that is yet again another superb talent that Kirby Smart has gotten for this defense. Look, I know going into 2023, there's going to be a lot of questions on offense, particularly who's going to play quarterback to replace Stetson Bennett. But I want to tell you, this defense that has been assembled for Georgia is on paper looking scary good. And there's a chance that Georgia could have 2 straight years of having the number 1 pick if Jalen Carter goes first in the draft this year, of course, to come after what Trayvon Walker did last year going first to the Jaguars. But this year's defense, the 2023 defense, looks even better on paper. Looks amazingly good, and star players, stud players that could be just outstanding football players. And of course, Georgia's schedule is very conducive to them having another great year. So, yes, you have to be careful about National Signing Day and stars and projections, because there will be some that will slip through the cracks like a Stetson Bennett, like a Javon Bullard. But don't get me wrong, there is nothing like having a program like Georgia be at the top in the recruiting rankings each and every year.